Hey guys, tonight's assignment is not that long. We're going to go through just a reminder of what we did today. If you remember today, we talked about how the Constitution has set up our three branches in three very distinct different branches of government. We talked about what makes up those branches. And so just as a little refresher, we went through legislative. Their main job is to make the law. We talked about the executive's job is to carry out the law. And we talked about how the judicial branch's job is to interpret the laws in the case that there is a controversy or conflict. They don't just have the ability to just start interpreting laws. And so one of the items that concerned the creators of the Constitution was not only that we had three branches of government, but that these three branches of government may, if unmonitored, become far too powerful. And so James Madison, when writing the Federalist Papers along with Hamilton and Jay, in Federalist 51, he talks about how if we look at this concern, we have to be able to control the government. And so he talks about and he outlines not only how we have separated the three branches of government, but also how those three branches of government have been given constitutional powers to oversee each other. And so if we consider our three branches of government as a whole unit making up this tripartite, the framers also created what they called checks and balance in addition to separating those three branches out. And so if we look at a definition of checks and balance, and again, you take notes as you feel you need them, but a couple of the things that we need to remember is one, that this is a principle of our Constitution. We separate the branches, but we give the branches each a set of powers to make sure that those branches don't become too powerful. And we know, as we are seeing this in action, it is primarily found of constitutional governments. And as I stated before, when you have three branches, this is absolutely essential. So with that definition, we look at our three branches of government. We have our executive, our legislative, and our judicial branches. And they are, again, within their powers to do what it is the Constitution allows them to do. The president is allowed to carry out the laws as they've been written. Congress has the power to make the laws that essentially the president will then carry out. And should there be conflict between these two or the people and the legislative branch, that's when the judicial branch comes in and they then will settle the dispute between the conflict that has been brought about. And so what I'm asking you to do tonight is one, you're going to click on to this article. And in doing so, I'm asking you to read the article. This is an article. What the article is doing is going to tell you that BBC in 2017 saw what was potentially a constitutional crisis. And in reading this article, you're going to have the ability to see what are those powers that the Constitution directs each branch to have to make sure that they never overpower each other. And so your assignment tonight that I will check tomorrow is to choose one of these graphic organizers. Which one is entirely up to you. And as you read the article, I want you to write in what is the power the legislative branch has over our executive branch to make sure they're staying within their powers. And how is the executive branch having the ability to check on the judicial, and all vice versa. And essentially, you should be able to, from the article, get enough information to fill out one check each branch has on the other. If you have more, great. But tomorrow we'll go into this, discuss this, and we'll see if, in fact, based on this article, does the United States currently, or even in this last administration, is there a question of checks and balance, and is there indeed a constitutional crisis? With that, we will see you in class tomorrow. Have a great evening.